Alrighty then, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome, one and all. My name is Michael, I'm the Dead Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder 2nd Edition Gatewalkers. Joining me today, these wonderful people. Look at them, aren't they pretty? Give them a round of applause. They're in the wrong spots. Why are they in the wrong spots? Someone moved, and I bet it's Neil. No,
it wasn't me.
It wasn't Neil.
It was you and your new miniature.
It's fine. I did. No, wait, what happened there? No, that's not it.
Miniature.
There we go.
Miniature.
Nope,
No.
we're still out of what they got.
Ooh.
Nope.
Oh, I'm Aelith now.
No.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, done. I fixed it. I did me. Okay. Today, as per the usual, we are going to be playing a 2nd edition Pathfinder game in which these heroes take on the role of the protagonists of an adventure, seeking out and doing all the cool, fun, and amazing things that that adventurers be doing, yo. That's what we do. We also have this guy here, which you guys may have noticed in the intro that I did. I made him. I made him with my hands. He is there. Okay, we're running really behind, so I'm going to speed run this. So first of all, sponsors. We have Hero Forge, which is where I made that. Sirenscape, which I haven't paid my sponsor. Well, I haven't received the sponsorship trial, but go check it out anyway. It's awesome. Fantasy Grounds, VTT, always doing updates. They've updated new stuff. New stuff makes me happy and makes things more animated. Go them. Then, of course, we have my players, who are Patreons. They support me because I need to pay mortgage, and mortgage is paid by these guys. These are amazing people. They come play game with me. We have OG Lava Kitten playing Lashara, a tailor who is out of their depth and collecting a small menagerie of animals. We have Bilrita. Bilrita is man who is barbarian. He is also dwarf. He is played by Schoolie. He is currently in the company of the other guy who I just made, who is his mortal enemy. What they are going to do, it's like an odd couple, wacky, fun, sharing living space adventure. This is definitely going to end like a sitcom. We then have Rongol. Rongol is an alien. Why? Because reasons. Neil wanted to play an alien, now we have an alien. We then have Aelith, survivalist, trying to survive. Trying is the key word, played by Jen. Jen is amazing. We love Jen. We then have Tiny Puppet. Tiny Puppet with a little bit of angst surrounding a falling out they had with the person who manifested them, but is now embarking on more adventures because adventures are still important for friends. Friend, small friend, big friend. We have Viv, played by Mac. Hi, Mac.
Hi, Dad. How are you?
I'm good. Now, for those of you who were not privy to the green room conversation, which is pretty much everyone except the people who can hear me directly, like in my chat window, Mac, you do have a free natural 20 for guessing the song that we were listening to in the green room, which was an Aretha Franklin song. Chat, you will gain 100 XP if you can guess which Aretha Franklin song we were listening to.
Without even hearing it.
Just cause. All right, there we go. Now, we then, of course, have, speaking of chat, you're amazing. You're awesome. Thank you so much for being here. We have numbers of ways for you to interact with the game so we can play and have fun. And eventually, have my players be saved from being murdered by me because, that's apparently the way that things go this way. First of all, you earn channel points just by watching the show. Channel points can be used for stuff. Stuff is in the list. If you have any questions, ask about it. Then we have donations, which go towards the DAG survival check for the month, which, of course, is, well, as the name implies, my survival. These things are, of course, a $5 reward for hero points and jigs points, which are ways to boost up the players or your game master. We have $10 rewards, which are draws from our 2 magic decks. The first deck is a deck of heroic actions, which are free powers for a player of your choice, or a draw from the plot twist deck, which I will use to generate a random plot twist that'll go into the game and make random stuff happen. Basically, it'll inspire a particular event or an eventual memory, and that'll go into the game today. $20 is a natural 20. $50 is either an increase to the difficulty of a challenge by a tremendous amount, making a boss stronger, and environment more tricky. They're out at sea. Well, they're in a large ocean-like lake, which, danger could be very dangerous, or something like that. a magic item for them. So you can also, if you wanted to, donate that $50 to give a magic item to a player of your choice. Or you can donate that $50 to boost up the whole group for the rest of the session with a draw from the fortune-telling deck of cards. This will give them all a boost to anything associated with a statistic from the card they draw, and a potential natural 20 on on them fulfilling or rejecting the prophecy the card tells about. Then we have our $100 secret menu item. The $100 secret menu item is this. I will provide our heroes with another mascot character. Yes, that's right. I have another mascot character. There is going to be, let's just say, a haunted piece of furniture that our group will be able to have travel with them. It is a ridiculous thing. The fact that this is the $100 secret menu item is ridiculous. It is nothing but a comic relief that is going to do nothing but get in the way, and every now and then attempt to be the most deadly pirate known to man. This is literally the thing. If you wish for this comic relief character to be a part of the crew, that's our secret menu item for the day. Okay.
Is it Sinclair the chair?
It's not St. Clair the chair. You will see it. You'll see it when it comes around.
Same chair.
It's fine.
Sorry.
Okay. And look at that. We finished all of our intro just in time. Aren't we good? Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. If you honestly do have any questions, do please ask. We do have a donation somehow amidst this. We have our $50 donation from Christina, who is going to stack us up with hero points and Jinx points. You bloody beautiful legend, you. So that is 5, 10, 15, 30, 40, 50. So that's four Jinx points for me, and the rest of the group is stacked up. Unless my math is wrong.
Same math as I just did.
Good. Wonderful. All right. Hero points for all the players, because they'll need it going out to sea. Because anyone who's played Dungeons & Dragons knows that water's the most dangerous thing in D&D. It is, honestly, seriously. If you've ever dealt with water in D&D or any kind of role-playing game, fuck that. Also, if you don't know this is a mature short stream, guys, come on, please. Cookie Mon Steve has donated the secret menu item and has said the object must fixate on Lashara.
Her menagerie is growing.
All right.
Yeah, we've had some guesses. We've had some guesses for the song.
Okay, what guesses have we? What guesses did we get?
Camino Samurai says a natural woman if it is ironically related to the puppet, otherwise daydreaming.
Oh, those are good guesses, but no, not those guesses.
Millsy says mature.
Ooh, no.
Oh no, that's from.
That's
sorry,
yeah,
I just saw the
a comment upon the stream.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
Focus on Lashara. It's a good thing Cookie's not a petty individual.
Nah, he's totally not. He's so great.
He should be grateful. I mean, he could have literally asked, can it be a love interest? And I would have gone with it. Were there any other guesses?
Object is like, I love you. And it's like, you are an object, sir.
It's true.
A second
Doesn't
love
just stop
interest.
some people.
All the love
Sure,
interests.
it's gonna have love interests everywhere.
And technically,
There
they'd
is a-
both be ghosts.
There is
Yeah.
a video game that's coming out soon called Date Everything that Brendan Lee Mulligan has a voice in, where he plays the sentient collection of board games.
It literally.
So
That's cool. I like that. I knew you were waiting. Ooh, that's a good song, but no, also not that one. All right. Well, either way, if we see it, I'll let you know. Let's get into the game, shall we?
I was going to say, Dag, if you're trying to share the map, you might want to disable lighting, because it's currently just black on our side.
Boop. Can you guys see it now?
Nope.
It's loading.
What if I do this?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Now,
Serious face, serious face.
when last we left our epic adventurers, in the northern reaches in the lands of Brevoy lay the city long abandoned of Skywatch. Our heroes, after being transported here from the planet Castrovel after a telemetry error, our heroes managed to unite with a strange and mysterious seer by the name of Sakuichi. Her and her companions had been working hard to fulfill a prophecy read among the stars, in which Sakuichi was destined to destroy a great and powerful evil to the far north. With our heroes aware of the dreaded black whale Omyo and its power to influence those whom it touches with its psionic energy, our heroes have agreed to help Sakuichi in her quest, and at the same time hopefully find a way to restore their memories, which were stolen by the dreaded whale itself during their incursion into the Aodara all those many months ago. Now, having found the entire troop of travelers, with the aid of Mats and the Smiling Wolf mercenaries, our heroes have been provided a sailboat to travel across the Lake of Mists and Veils to Igad, a Mendevian port which will hopefully lead our heroes to the outskirts of Sarcosis, which is not how you say it. I keep saying it that way, but I don't. Sarcoris, formerly known as the World Wound. It is there our heroes hope to find some measure of clue or method in destroying the whale once and for all. However, the boat you are currently traveling on will not take you the full distance, and you've been recommended to sail into the center of the lake and to acquire a ship wrecked upon the shores of what is known as the Jagari Wreck. Jagari Wreck? Is that what it's called? One moment. Maybe. Bubble visions, yada yada. Leaving Skywatch. Here we go. The Junlan Rex. Sorry. So yes, you were heading to the Junlan Rex in order to try and procure a ship that will be able to actually take you across the lake to Igade. But without a captain to help navigate or steer, our heroes have little recourse but to refuse the offer. Except, in a twist of fate, the hobgoblins known as the Obsidian Oath, who had been residing in Skywatch and causing a major amount of turmoil to our heroes, their leader, a man by the name of... What was his name? Ostar. Thank you. Of Ostar, has agreed to abandon his siege on Skywatch and instead personally accompany our heroes to Sarcoris, where he wishes to find a weapon to help protect his clan from absorbingness, being devoured by a larger hobgoblin tribe that has been doing so to many of the smaller clansmen. But this, of course, twisted the knife that was already set into Bilrataz's back as oh, damn it, I gotta write his name down. Give me a second. All right, what was his name?
Ostar.
Ostar. There we go. Rename Ostar.
Ostra.
Astra.
Yeah, because Dag writes his notes really good. Anyway, Ostra was the hobgoblin personally responsible for the slaughter of Bilrataz's mercenary company, and for leaving him the only survivor of that group. With the offer now made, our heroes gather at the foot of the Mage's Tower in Skywatch, so that they may give the answer. Will they travel with Ostra, or will they try to find their own way to the Mendevian shore? It is cold in the morning here, colder than usual, as the aurora stretches out and over into the sky to the north. Sakuichi, the others, have all gathered around, and almost right on cue as the sun peels over the horizon, A small contingent of hobgoblin guards arrive out of their barracks, adorned with vicious and vile weapons and armors, decorated with their trophies of their multitudes of battles and kills, their bodies scarred. Their leader approaches, a grimaced look on his face as his gaze meets Bilritar. This time, Mats is not here. He is busy getting the boat ready. There is no mediator. There is no peacekeeper. Whatever happens here is only for you and the goblins to know. The scene is now yours.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Nothing good about this morning.
Yeah, is just going to step ahead, trying to make sure that Billiard doesn't say anything upsetting. Yes, we have come to accept your deal. You'll act as our guide, and we will not interfere when you find whatever it is that you're looking for.
The hobgoblins all tense up. They seem to have their hands on weapons ready to pounce and strike. Fine. We will travel together. Rest assured, I do not expect any of you to fight for my survival. Much like you probably should not expect me to be fighting for yours. Our accompaniment follows strict rules, and these rules are based on travel. I will simply get you to where you need to go, and you will ensure that you are traveling with me as I get what I need. At that point, any connection we may foster is severed in full. What you do with that moment is up to you. And, young dwarf, I dare you to try something beforehand.
Just because my mic won't pick up, there's a very quiet chuckle just behind Lasharis, and she's just standing right in front of him.
We will honor this temporary alliance. She's just kind of like mostly saying it for Bill.
Yep.
As outlined. We will travel together. You'll get us where we need to go, and as you say, we'll go our separate ways.
As he agrees, he gestures for one of the hobgoblins to come by. As he does so, he presents a jug of wine. At this point, he takes out a blade, and he cuts the hand of the hobgoblin that brought the wine. The hobgoblin just sort of winces in pain, and he has like two other hobgoblins grab him from behind, hold onto his hand to hold it steady as he pours it into the goblet. He then pours the wine that was brought into the same goblet until the blood and the wine mixes. At that point, he raises it to his lips, and he drinks. He hands the wine goblet to one of the other goblins. He says something. Does anyone speak goblin, by the way?
I don't think so, but let me double check. Where are those languages?
Nope.
There are
While they're-
notes.
I was going to say, while they're looking up, would Bill know what this custom is potentially related to?
No. Ironically, you didn't have time in the midst of getting slaughtered that to really absorb the hobgoblin culture. But the person behind him responds with some goblin words before raising the wine to his lips and drinking from it as well. At which point, the goblin takes a knife out and stabs Ostra. As this happens, all the goblins immediately pack up and begin leaving. Ostra, who now has this rather large wound, says, "Step quick."
Do you need any help with
He growls.
Okay. All right.
right?
I guess we'll go find Matt's and our ship.
Yeah.
Moving quickly and lively, you make your way to the docks at the edge of Skywatch, where indeed the wolves are waiting. They have prepared a small boat, and as you can probably tell, it is good for river rafting and stuff, but this will definitely not hit some of the bigger waves without capsizing completely. You can kind of see, as Ostra kind of is like assessing the boat, you can kind of tell he's like, holy shit, this thing is not going to float, let alone get us to where we need to go. You are provided a map. This map will lead you to the Jaggery Wreck. Jaggery Wreck. The wreck. God, I'm so terrible with names today. I don't know what it is. It's even right freaking here. The Junlin Wrecks. Thank you. Where hopefully you'll be able to catch another boat. Well, steal a boat, should I say?
Yeah.
After a short farewell, Viv, as the boat is pulling away, you cannot help but lean over and see the smiling wolves as they leave. You can see on a nearby rooftop, you see Viv, the human Viv, watching you from a distance. While they may not necessarily, while they may not be overly thrilled at the way things went, there's a moment where you get the sense that this is their way of wishing you a bon voyage.
Is Matt's within shouting range still?
Yeah, Matt's is within shouting range.
Okay. Just wanted to ask before.
The boat is moving very slowly, by the way, so you're in no rush to have a conversation either.
Viv, Eidolon Viv will try to wave at Real Child Viv. Not that much enthusiasm, just big waves, big waves. Okay.
With a giant smile.
Less.
Yeah, they look they look a bit sad, but they're trying to smile. They're giving a smile. Okay, Zach.
So many complicated feelings for an Eidolon. Ah!
Just a smile, Dad. You can do it. You've got this.
Yeah, but it's a sad smile, like a reuniting, but also farewell, but also waving and excitedly, but not too excitedly, but also making sure they understand that there's this small connection, even though the two of them haven't actually spoken.
They can't see me from this distance, Dag.
I know, but
that's why the wave is big.
Yeah, but you're a tiny puppet. I thought you said
Eidolon. I said the Eidolon.
I know, but the Eidolon's not you. The Eidolon's a third thing. A thing you can command to do stuff, and it's doing its best.
It's Viv number 3.
Trying.
Like, I
He's
don't
getting
know how to
acting notes in the middle of
display
trying to do a tearful goodbye. Less enthusiasm. Less enthusiasm.
Oh, sorry.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Uh.
The puppet tries to wave, but they know they can't be seen. You know you're doing good. Just focus on the wave. Just focus on the wave. It's okay.
And to this point, you realize. It's at this point you realize Viv isn't looking at the island. They are looking at you. Even with your tiny wave, Viv does see you. Viv is the last of the smiling wolves to watch you leave until you are literally out of sight. Oh, I mean, I'm just saying in general. You can still talk to Mads.
Mm-hmm. I will yell down to Matt. Matt!
Hmm?
Tell him I'll be back.
Be back? Like here?
Wherever they are. I promise I'll find them again.
Yeah. Okay. Shit. Lewis! This guy comes running up as you guys are walking. It's like, hey, Lewis. Yeah? You still got the thing? What thing? The thing in your pocket. And he looks in his pocket, and as he does, he rips out some of Lewis's hair. Ah, son of a bitch! As he then ties it together. Grabs a bit of his robe and ties it together. He's like, what the hell was that
I feel
for?
like I'm regretting it. I feel like I'm regretting asking, guys. I don't know what's happening.
He takes a rock and he throws it at you.
Oh my god!
Not actually, but like...
He's attacking Viv.
Puppet doesn't realize that at first.
Yeah. The hair and the bit of clothing land on the deck. If you want to track them, these are good tools to be able to find them. Basically, scrying spells, divination spells, stuff like that will work with this, as well as even if you have a tracker dog or a hunter seeker kind of thing, they'll be able to use these to find where they are.
In getting that, the last thing Viv will say is just, I can't wait to meet your boss. Really meet him for the first time. I promise I'll find them again.
I'm sure they'd like that. Just try not to die before then.
Trying real hard, buddy. I don't know how I'm gonna do in the next 24 hours, but we'll try.
What?
Too far away now.
And then they
In
start.
the meantime, Mushar is like, he could have just pulled out his own hair, but no, he's got to just again,
gotta
with the
look
not
good all the
asking
time.
and talking.
Sure.
She's muttering like, God.
Maybe he thinks he's not going to be with them for much longer. You never know.
He's planning on retiring. He's 2 days away from retirement.
Yeah, just literally just this close to retirement. Okay. As the boat begins to sail, you settle in. There isn't much in the way of what do you call it? There isn't much in the way of space on this boat. There is, of course, room enough to move around. There is some sleeping hammocks and the like, but there's no real privacy. So anything you guys say or do will kind of always be done pretty close to the rest of the people on board the ship. It is a small sailboat, so there is a large triangular sail that is catching the wind and driving you along. It doesn't need to be fully unfurled, as the river itself seems to be pulling you in the direction you wish to be going. Ostra has taken the helm and has settled into that role. The bleeding from his side has somewhat subsided, though you can tell it was quite a deep wound and potentially could have been life-threatening if it were a few inches to the left or right. But he's doing okay for now, So, the scene, however, now goes to you as you travel for the next, let's say, how far is this? This is 200 miles, so about 100 miles to the shore on the boat. That'll take you about 8 hours, give or take.
Okay.
All right, 8 hours. What do you guys want to do? If anything, you can talk to each other. You can do whatever.
Bishara is going to just kind of sit with Viv and kind of pull out the sketchbook and work on some designs that they wanted to design for clothing that Viv had asked about. So she figured this is a great time to do that, and will hopefully distract Viv from,
Sure.
any mixed feelings about leaving.
All right.
Certainly not going to be asking anything of Bill right now.
Sure.
You don't want to poke the bear.
I'm gonna go find Aelith.
You turn around. Aelith is right there. As I said when I talked about how
Yeah,
small
yeah.
the boat was.
Yeah, be like, Aelith, the way you fought when we fought the Miuraga, that was quite amazing. Same way when we fought the skeleton dragon and who named it was Arseni. You're a very great fighter. I appreciate that. If you were to go down, I think we would be a little out of our depths. So I've got something for you I think might help.
I'm not gonna lie, Neil. The tone that you used was really funny to me because it sounded almost like, "Hey, Aelith, you are really strong. We wouldn't be here without you. You are so incredible and so viable. Now listen, I need $10. Yeah, it sounded like you were just about to ask for a handout or something. Anyway, carry on. Yeah, you've got something for Aelith.
I got something for you I think might help you, stay up. And I'm going to pull out a pouch of herbs and the sorts.
Okay.
It's infused with some magic that I use from my esoteric, and I think it'll help you avoid magics and haunts if they come across. I think they mentioned something about where we're going being very like abandoned, and the ship we're going after and stuff. So it feels very haunted in my opinion. So yes, just use this if you get hit by any spells or you think you're being haunted by something. And I'm going to give her a pouch of root magic.
Of root magic.
Yeah, it's my feat called root magic.
It's fine.
It's your talisman words.
No, it's fine.
Oh, sorry.
There was just a very poor choice of series of words because in Australia, fun fact for those of you who know, we have another word for root. Like instead of root beer or root of thing. For example, having a root or giving someone a root is what we normally use. So what you basically did was give her a bag of root magic and told her that it's going to help her stay up. So,
Possibly, yeah.
I mean,
sorry.
I'm a child.
It says,
leave me be.
It says your talisman. It's basically a talisman created from like herbs and roots and stuff like that. But it's during your daily preparation, you can assemble a small pouch with bits of herbs, hair, sacred oils, and other ritual ingredients, which you give to an ally. The ally cannot be yourself. The first time that day the ally attempts a saving throw against the spell or haunt, they get a +1 circumstance bonus to the roll. My occultism is actually at an expert now, so it's now a +2. So yeah. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Hey, it's like, hey, Aelith, I made a bag of weird herbs and hair from something.
Hair and oil and stuff.
Carry it with you.
I gave this to Viv once, and also I gave it to the Shara once.
Yes, you
This
didn't
is
tell
the
her
thing
there
I've
was
done
like
before.
weird bits of hair
Yeah, I
and stuff in
did.
there.
I read it out before
okay.
too. Every
Yeah.
time I say it, you guys are confused.
No, it's not. It's not that. It's not that. Do you remember what we said about the difference between the role play and the mechanical side of
I
things,
know,
and
I
how?
was-
No. You're doing good. You're doing great. Because honestly, this is the best you could do with that shit. You know, because you know it's literally what it is in the tin, but it's also some of the most ridiculous shit that you end up talking about.
Stuff I found off the
no
ground
one
in
no
a
one
bag.
talks about the fact they grave rob every single person they knock the fuck out, right? Like they don't stop and think about these things. It's just like, no, mechanics, we're looting people, right? It's just it, you know, exactly. Same thing, you know. Anyway.
Yeah.
Aelith, what do you say after you receive effectively an occult hex bag?
Wouldn't say it
Thank
like
you.
that.
Because it's
you,
what it
Rongo.
is.
Yeah. You're very welcome.
Yes, let's hope this does help. And let's hope we don't need to use it anytime soon.
Yes, let's hope so.
She's kind of a little bit on guard, making sure that nothing breaks out. So
Okay, I'm just gonna.
she's
This is
being very
live things.
watchful and aware of her surroundings right now. For
That
sure.
seems fair. That seems fair.
We're saying-
Dilrita, what are you doing? What do you?
Since everyone is
Yeah.
leaving Bill to his own devices, he's just effectively staring at her companion. Internally, he's going through effectively battle plans because he did say when we sever our connection. So he's coming up with dream plans of various ways to end that in his own.
So basically, the
Regard.
equivalent of sitting across and just being like, "Yeah, that's right. You're just a small, tiny man." Squish.
Yep. He's effectively daydreaming of the day where he can effectively do that.
Yeah, sure. very, very well.
Which is one way of saying why he's also saying very, very quiet as everyone else is talking around him as well.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Okay. As this is happening, can I get everyone to make me a perception check, please?
Yeah.
And I need to get ready for my silly voices.
Does this boat have a crow's nest, by the way, or no?
No.
Okay. Just wondering.
Wait, what would you... No, never mind, it's fine.
A question for me, is this site
Well, then only you
related?
can answer it.
Well, for my character. How about that?
Only your character can
Just
answer.
checking in to see if this is site related because I do have that -1 circumstance bonus for site related perception during the day.
Not presently. This you can easily
Okay.
hear or see.
Okay. Yoop. There, she's distracted.
Okay. What level are you guys? 5?
5.
All right, Rongol and Aelith. The two of you suddenly hear splashing coming from nearby, as well as short, sharp cries for help. Oh, help! Help! Is anyone there, please? Oh, Lord! Oh,
Oh, shit.
Gosray's going to take me! Oh, splish, 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 splish.
I go to look and see what's going on.
Yeah.
You see,
Oh, I
looking
see
to-
it.
you see a commotion
Fine words.
not too far away, just water being churned and splashed around.
Someone's drowning.
I'm drowning!
Or calling for distress.
I'm in distress! I can't swim!
They've got rocks tied to the... No, I'm just kidding.
What do? Okay. What is it we're trying to reach for? And
Well, presently you're not reaching for anything. You've heard this
How-
stuff. And
How far
you,
away is it?
do you go over to have a look? It's not too
Oh,
far
yeah.
away. You run over to the edge, and it's about maybe 10 foot away from the boat as you are coming up on this splashing up ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, if it's 10 feet away, I would like to shoot my grapnel nearby it so they can try to grab on.
Sorry, you're putting your what? Sorry, you're grappling.
My combat grapnel. It's got a So when I attack with it, it's a 10-foot range, but it's a 20-foot throw.
Okay, cool. So you're just gonna sort of wing it
Yeah.
out and so grab on. He's like,
Grab on.
oh, bless you. Oh, thank you. Oh God. As you you hear something kind of sort of get the tension of the grapple, it sort of straightens it up. You then
Alright.
hear from behind you, what in blue blazes are you doing?
They're calling for help.
And
Of course I need to help.
why?
And I stare him in the eyes and I was like, because they're in distress.
Oh, please don't let go of the rope.
As I start pulling.
You can tell he's like, I don't get you strange pigskins, greenskins.
Thank you.
Yeah. As you pull, he's incredibly heavy. I need you to make me an athletics check.
Yes. My upgraded athletics.
Mhm.
23.
23?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do it. Oh, actually, no. Sorry. One moment. This is
Uh-oh.
not correct. No, so no, unfortunately, no, it will not do it.
No.
Somebody else can help as well if you'd like. You need, or you can use a hero point to reroll. Oh, Aelith is coming over.
I was gonna say I could, but yeah.
All right, Aelith, make an athletics check. As you grab onto the rope as well. Nice.
Nice.
All right, the two of you, it is so heavy. This person is just so heavy. Like, you actually see the boat is like sort of leaning a little bit as you're pulling them through the water. And as you pull,
waterlogged.
and you pull, and you pull, and you heave, you pull onto the boat some junk. That is when the junk begins to move.
No.
And as it does, it goes, avast ye! Scurvy scallywags, ye fell for me ploy. Now, prepare for being what be robbed people be by me, Captain Swabby. And you watch as it sort of rolls around a little bit and starts to
It does
rotate.
have wheels.
Yeah, it starts to rotate a little bit. Ha ha! This vessel be mine now. And I be taking
Everybody
all
grab
of
an
ye yellow-bellied landlubbers hostages, as be what ye be now.
You had one
Viv just
hands.
looks so excited, like genuinely just jumping up and down, looks at the star, like, is this an actual pirate?
Yes!
What? No.
Yes! Tiny little sewn up little landlubber. I am the most realist pirate you've ever seen. Have you ever seen a pirate do this?
So
And
now
you watch
this
as
makes
it
more
sort of-
sense looking at Viv.
It sort
I
of
see
starts
it's like
squeaking its
living
wheel
doll,
back and forth a
living
little bit.
pirate wheel.
What'd you say, Dad?
Exactly
Oh, sorry.
is this? Char's like, I'm not sure what we're looking at, Viv.
It starts to do like a sort of like this little jig. It sort of like squeaks its wheels like back and forth and around a little bit. What is this? This is a capstan. This is normally used on larger boats to pull up anchor or to weigh anchor if need be.
Okay.
Except
okay.
this one has an eye patch, a bandana, and a tiny knife.
That's so cool.
He's just looking at it like,
You can see that Ostra is not even particularly phased. He's continuing to sail as per normal.
How are you gonna
This is-
stab us? You don't have any hands.
Ah, that be the joke on you. For
I take
I
his knife.
and every single one of my deadly limb weapons is a tool for the death of any be my enemies. If ye be thinking that knives or cutlasses are a deadly weapon, then you have not seen the true awesome and fearsome might of a billion splinters. And he starts to wheel his way towards people. Yeah.
Can I just grab onto
I
the
mean,
arms?
we could just push
Make
you
a
back
reflex
off.
save.
We just like, we could just push it off the
Oh.
boat.
Your hand is covered in splinters. You take 2 damage,
Ow!
and you now
Damn
have
it.
splinters in your hands. Ah! And let that be a lesson to the rest of you mutinous swabs.
This guy needs a sanding.
Now, the first sign of loyalty that I need from ye all is to, continue sailing. He sort of rotates around to get his bearings. That-a-way! Which is the direction you happen to be going on. Yes, ha ha ha! Your compliance is well noted. This pleases me as your new captain.
You never have a chance to respond. He's just like, yes, I'm winning.
That is entirely his vibe.
I'm starting to feel a bit overwhelmed about the
Okay.
whole pirate thing.
How are you going to take us over if we hadn't pulled you on board? Sure, just strangely like, what is this thing's deal?
Well, that is because as soon as I saw you from a distance, I knew there and then that you were the right fat rubes that were going to fall for my plan. There wasn't a doubt in my mind. Every single one of my actions, a carefully meticulated plan, executed with electronic precision. In case you didn't notice, I am not built of the same meat sacks that you all are. For I, Captain Swabby, am more than meets the eye.
One of us is a little like you, also.
Okay.
They don't have meat either, so.
He looks at the tiny little thing. Tiny little thing! Are you not made of meat?
Nope. And I did feel how it was to be made of meat once, and it wasn't fun.
It is not fun at all. This pleases me. You shall be my first mate.
Can I be the bosun?
Yes.
I've heard that's a cool word. I want to be the bosun.
I like the cut of your jib, yarn boy. What be your name?
I'm Viv.
Viv! Well, welcome aboard, Bosun Vib.
Har
Isn't bosun a downgrade from first mate, though?
Probably.
Viv likes those weird words.
So kind of. Technically speaking, the first mate's duties also roll into the bosun's duties as well. A bosun is somebody who is more of a taskmaster in charge of the crew specifically, whereas the first mate is the person who also upholds morale, who also interprets the orders from the captain down the chain of command, and the bosun is the person who technically helps with that. So a first mate could walk up to a person and say, hey, you go pull that line. But technically speaking, he would tell the bosun, get the crew ready. We need to, get the sail at full thing. And then the bosun will go and do all the little bits and pieces. So it is the same job, not really a downgrade. It's more like an adjacent and slightly less authority. Yeah.
Depends how big your crew is.
Bureaucracy ladder.
Yeah, also depends on how big your crew is, because sometimes you do need both. So, there you go.
Okay. She's just like, I don't know what to deal with this thing, so I'm going to go back to my sketches for
Rocco
now.
is just pulling the splinters out of his hands.
Ow! Ow! You watch this? Yeah, this ostrich just like, these idiots just got taken over by a fucking bit of timber.
He's very charismatic.
like he's just still sailing. Like he hasn't done anything different. It just yep.
The tiny puppet wears a very, very tiny bandana and has moved it up to be wrapped around their head like a little sailor.
Nice. Perfect.
Nice.
Absolutely perfect.
Lucia just looks at Aleph and says, should we just push this thing overboard, like in Elvish? Or
That
just
was
leave
my
it here for
first thought.
I mean, I suppose we could just leave it on this boat once we get to the ship we want. Viv seems to be having a good time.
I'm also witnessing
yeah.
the first mutiny. This is so cool, says an Elvish.
Oh, I didn't know you spoke Elvish, Viv.
Yeah, I speak Elvish and I speak like the ones that like the fairies speak. I think it's because I was kind of didn't exist until I went through a little Fae portal that I know the Elf language. But yeah,
Same. I can also speak Sylvan. She'll switch over to Sylvan to say a few words of that.
are we doing more mutiny talk? Are we going secret language with it?
No. Switches back to Elvish. No. And then kind of looks over like, is this thing gonna like try to stab me with its teeny knife?
Not
It stabs
presently.
into it.
Not presently.
There's
You
like
have
three of us now speaking in Elvish over here.
Yeah, you haven't done anything to anger him. He's just kind of like rolling up and down the deck, like kind of observing, like taking in all that he can survey.
Well, enjoy our guest for now, Vip. Hmm. And then she just goes back to the sketching. She's like, I'm just gonna sketch. I'm gonna ignore this thing for now because I don't know what to do with that. And it doesn't seem to be hurting anybody at the moment, aside from some splinters, apparently the wrong goal.
Ouch. 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 Ouch.
Meanwhile, Bill is probably still trying to stare at our lovely hobgoblin pilot,
Mm-hmm.
and is probably feeling very, very embarrassed at the company that he's being shown to be in presence of.
Also fair.
He's like, I'm supposed to be a really like elite, scary mercenary, and these guys are making me look bad in front of the bad
Yep.
guys.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
Yeah, just you can tell at this point he's just like, mm-hmm, uh-huh, like he's not really. He is so unperturbed, but you can always kind of tell that he is like on guard, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
he's definitely not at ease for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone want to do anything else while we make up the 8 hours of your the rest of your journey?
8 hours of this thing scrolling up and down the deck, saying random.
It's fine.
What
I'm just
things are
looking at chat
piratey
and worried
things?
what Cookie's done now.
No, we don't worry. We don't need to worry about Cookie.
Yeah.
Cookie's fine. Just keep going.
At
Oh,
some point, I
no.
would like to talk to Bill, but I can say that for a little bit if anyone had anything else they wanted to do to prepare for whatever we're getting ourselves into.
No, let's go. Bill.
Bill?
Yes.
Oh god.
Bill's
she's-
talking to you, but not looking at you at all.
Yep.
It kind of feels like Viv's about to be tossed off the side of the ship if she says the wrong thing. Because she's already been backhanded by Bill Raton, so she's a bit scared.
I was just to slap some sense into you, though.
No, you kind of backhanded me across a room. Hi. Can I talk with you?
Well, of course, we're talking right now.
Yeah, but like about things that aren't just hi and how are you? I would like to ask how you are, but I think the death glare in your eyes gives it away a bit.
Oh. You saw what happened last night. With the for Matt, because obviously you weren't actually here. He actually had a book with all the names of people that was basically on his list, and it ended up with him putting Bill's name in because of the mayhem that Bill caused, wiping out
God.
DM. And then Bill trying to
God.
effectively burn his book.
So, yeah, that's fair. I don't actually really know super well what happened, and you don't have to tell me. I think you told us the basics pretty much, but I'm guessing that's made it difficult to be on the boat. I never got to know why you went through the gates in the first place. don't really know the details of most of y'all's reason. I know that mine's a bit finicky. But, what is it you wanted?
As he's still glaring, he says, I was trying to find him.
Oh. 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 I see. And, well, I guess you found him?
But not in the state I want to find him in.
The fact that the boat is so small that he's hearing every word of Viv just trying to say the right things to not get Bill to say what he's saying. But it's not working out. Yeah. Listen. I know it's silly, but I was a bit scared back at the camp whenever you got really angry, because you're my friend and I care about you. And I've already lost one friend by being very, very determined to do something, even if it was for us. I still miss Elink a lot, and I got scared that if you had your mind set on something, you'd be gone too.
Let me phrase it in a way that might help to understand. Your child is now in the family of the Wills. Protecting. Imagine those that are seen as her family are made no more, and she's left alone again.
Well, Viv, somehow the puppet looks very tense. Like obviously they're made of like some sort of sackcloth, so the cubes are pretty soft, but it almost seems to look like it dries up a little somehow, or just like tenses, as if it's been left to bake in the sun for too long. Very unsure about what they're gonna say next. Well, if that happened to them, and they were left alone again, I think I'd really want to make sure that they weren't alone. That they knew they had friends now who care about them. Wherever they go, I really hope they find friends who would take care of them and ask how they're doing and things like that.
It's a nice sentiment. I just want to make sure
It's
the reason for being left alone again doesn't happen to others.
and I think that's pretty neat that you really care. Well, I think I haven't really known how to talk to a lot of y'all because I haven't really had the chance to live much, so I can't really say I know how it feels to be scared of something happening again when most things are happening for the first time for me. But I wanted to let you know that in the whole time I've met you, I've never felt safer than when I knew you were at our side. And it wasn't just because you hit real good or you scream real loud. You're always there for us, even if you don't say much. I never feel like you're scary. No matter how gruff you get, you always feel like my friend. And I think that helps everything go a bit smoother. It helps me feel like I can fight like you fight. And make sure that I stay safe and all of my friends stay safe. And you don't need to scream for that. I think you just need to be around.
But when you get to that point, you scream for a different reason. You scream in joy. Otherwise, how do you raise the glasses to cheer? But maybe you're too young for that still.
Yeah. I don't know what drinking bylaws are for poppets. I can't. I think I'd get saturated pretty quickly. My stuffing would go very, very fermented very quick. But whenever we get off the boat in some place that isn't totally ready to kill us, even if I can't have a drink like you would have, there's a milkshake I had in that one of the first bars we were in together whenever we first started the mission. It was really good. So maybe I can have that with you?
I'll have a drink. Something tells me that might be a bit too sweet for my tongue.
That's fair. Well then, we'll drink together. Just have very, very different drinks. Promise?
Gross.
that did not sound reassuring. In the least!
Promise.
In the least!
Very scary.
I thought this was working. No, I think it made it worse.
Yeah. Lushar's over there just sketching and just tenses up a little bit, like, oh, that was creepy.
Don't worry, we'll be making it back alive. It's like, oh, no,
You see her like, oh my, ow.
I mean, that was a conversation.
Viv
Definitely.
doesn't know what they're doing. They're an emotional support puppet. They don't know how to be an emotional support puppet for somebody who's ready to go on a murder spree to avenge their lost mercenary group. That's not in the code book of puppetry.
I mean,
I'm just willing to do it to protect their current friends from it happening to them.
I mean, look, you aren't wrong.
I tried, Dag. I tried my very best.
You did. You did.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no Nobel Prizes for trying now, are there?
I mean, technically, some of them
Wow.
are about trying prizes.
Harsh.
Nobel Peace Prize is explicitly about trying to help foster peace in the world. I feel like that's the whole point of the Nobel Prize.
That's not trying. It's you do the things.
I'm going to feel
Well, I
bad
did
if
try.
I'm going to feel bad if we get back to there and we find out that the remaining hobgoblins have actually taken out the Spiling Wolves. And it's just human Viv remaining at this point now.
Oh. Oh no.
Whoops. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Oops.
Oh, fine.
Okay.
Ah.
Avast! Look alive, ye scallywags! We be coming upon the lake. It be coming upon us now. Have ye ever traveled through the lengths of the Winter Breath Bay before?
Never been on this planet before, so no.
I bet you haven't. You didn't hear a word she said. He goes, well, let me tell you one thing. Nothing can brace you for the icy swell. The frozen salt spraying at your skin, tearing at it like 1,000 hungry piranha, ripping your flesh from your bones. You don't know what that feels like either. You don't have flesh or bones.
Viv does.
Who said that? Says Captain Swabby as he turns around.
Well, did.
Yeah, exactly.
It happened once.
Yeah.
It wasn't fun.
You're a good first mate. I mean, bosun. You're a good bosun, Viv. You are. But let me ask you this. Have you ever been tied to the mast of a ship as it sinks below the murky depths, only to watch as your very own legs, torn from under you, get swept away before being devoured by the hungry maws of a ferocious school of sharks?
Oh, sharks don't actually eat debris. They're very particular about what they eat.
You don't have legs.
He looks at you. He says, "No sass out of you, Missy. And listen, Viv, have you ever come face to face with a dreaded balloon jellyfish? A jellyfish that flies high up in the sky and dangles vicious tendrils down upon your deck, only to watch as your teammates are swept up and dragged into the very skies themselves, to be stung and devoured slowly over the course of 20 long, eye-filled, screaming years."
Can't say I have,
In the
Captain.
sky?
Of course you haven't.
Researchers either.
And I'll tell you what, Viv, you stick with me and you'll never have to experience any of that, I swear. I need everyone to make me a perception check.
Yeah, just something looming in from directly.
Ah.
All right, let me do my perception.
Oh no, oh no, oh no.
Oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, bugger.
Come on, guys.
Oh no.
One
We're
second.
way too distracted, apparently.
Oh no. Well, perfect.
Can I use a hero point?
How do you,
Remember, you've got that free nat 20.
you have the
from
free nat
Songcast.
20 too.
You do have a free nat 20, yeah.
How important do we think it is to know that there's totally not a giant jellyfish floating around? I'll use my nat 20 for this perception.
All right, you'll use your nat 20. All right.
For
You're-
the comic effect.
Okay. You look up momentarily. And as you do so, it is just in time to catch a glimpse of several large tendrils descending upon you. As they do so, these tendrils lean down and attempt to grab at you, Viv.
Ah, balloon jellyfish!
That is a critical strike.
Ah!
On
On
a
a
3.
Oh, man.
As we roll into initiative.
On a
Ah!
All right. Viv, you are plucked by one of these tendrils and taken skyward by the large looming appendage. As this happens, you hear Captain Swami go, "Ah! Not again!" As he reaches up and attempts to grab at you.
That's my fourth bosun this week.
You'll never take him, you skybound jelly wanker! As he reaches up and grabs Viv by the little tiny fluffy legs. But unfortunately, he is also not very big. He's like small size, just,
I don't think he can grab.
like chopsticks.
Oh, chopstick.
Yeah. Yeah. Just,
He's like a
I've got
starfish.
you! Just don't let go! Keep your eyes on me, Viv! Don't look up! As
It's really difficult. I can't turn around.
as both of you are lifted into the air. Rongel,
Oh,
you are
shit.
up next.
Oh shit.
I was going to ask the very key question: would we have actually healed before this have all happened?
Oh yes, absolutely, yes. You let me
Thank you.
give
For
you
me,
guys.
it was 2 wounds.
There you go. Overnight heal, and then can I actually restore everyone's health in one hit, or do I need to do it? Oh no! Oh no! Oh
I have
no!
2 wounds on me because of the splinters.
Let's see. Clear all initiative. Clear all effects. Clear all damage. No damage. Okay, cool.
No.
Nope, just have to do it manually. Boopity boopity boop. There we go. Done. You're all fully healed except for Rongel, who still has 2 damage from his splinter.
Yeah.
That's what you get.
One is hurt.
Okay. Cool. So back to as we were saying. Oh, wait. What happened to the initiative? Didn't I do initiative?
I think one of your things cleared the initiative.
Ah, my bad. Okay, let's try again. Roll on initiative. Okay, we'll do this one. Viv, you're up next.
Alrighty.
Okay, Viv, you're being lifted by this giant tentacle. Following the tentacles, you can actually see they go back into the water. They arch. They don't seem to go up to a balloon or anything like that.
Mm-mm. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. No, no, no. Let's see. You had to grab me and not the Eidolon. Let's see. Can I use my hands at all, or am I very, very trapped?
Oh, you can use your hands. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Let's see. Sorry, I'm very caught off guard. I'm trying to figure out what to do.
I think we all are. They just got grabbed by a kraken tentacle thing.
I'll. It's a telekinetic projectile. Let me go.
All right. You launch a telekinetic projectile at it.
Had a kraken. This is gonna go so well for me.
Or that drunk that came in with the captain. Oh no!
On a 50. What are you?
He's got like this thing has like a 40 AC or shit, or 37 actually.
I
Damn.
mean, it's got a thing. It's doing a thing.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
All right. Your telekinetic projectile, as it flies to try and hit the limb, does absolutely nothing, unfortunately.
Is there a credit card for all this?
No.
No.
Okay, I guess. Can I command my Eidolon?
You
to
can,
try
yeah,
to
yeah.
help pull me off of this thing.
Who begins to look around and attempt to climb up the side of the beastie.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. No, I thought you meant pull me down. Pull me. Oh my gosh. No, wait, Eidolon, sweetie, don't.
He's trying to come up and grab you. Make an athletics check
Eidolon,
for your
sweetie, don't do
Eidolon.
this. What was that?
What did I say? An athletics check from your
athletic
Eidolon, please.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Whew.
Nat 20, nice.
Nice. That is enough to no, I'm joking. That is enough to just regular fail.
Yeah.
No, you
Gets grabbed by the tentacle by accident.
Okay, 1 second.
Ooh.
All right. Your Eidolon begins to scale at rapid pace up one of the sides of the tendrils. As it does so, it manages to pull you free, allowing both you and Captain Swabby to drop down. However, at a great cost, for the Eidolon is now grappled themselves.
What a terrible turn of events.
What a horrible, terrible turn of events.
I guess it's my turn to just did a little magician swap. Who's getting grappled?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay.
Right.
Next up on our list is Aleph.
Okay. I am going to. Oh, all right. Is the tentacle? It's still over the boat, right? It hasn't moved to where it's over the water.
Correct.
Okay. I want to fire my bow. Second question: my proficiency
Mm-hmm.
only adds to the first one and not the longbow plus hunter shot or the third one? Because I'm seeing if I fire once, I have the plus 15 for the first one, but then if I want to do, say, all 3 actions, it only has a plus 13. If that makes sense.
that was a lot of stuff. I didn't catch all of it. Um,
I think it boils down to the extra items you've created for your activities might not have auto leveled up for the increased.
right. Okay. So if they
Textbook.
haven't automatically increased, we will have to go through that between games to do it. In the
Okay.
meantime, just use what they have presently.
Okay. Then I'm just going to try and do all 3 in one go. So I'm going to aim at, I guess it's the tentacle that
Yep.
grasped. Okay. Oh, dear Lord. I am going to use a hero point for that.
I would not recommend it.
Okay.
You may.
He almost throws in that 20, but yeah, it's pretty impossible.
But yes, I would.
All right.
I would definitely not recommend it.
Okay.
All right. As you launch your arrows, they sink into the creature's limbs, but the creature still remains unperturbed as it continues to move around and ensnare, like not ensnare, but like kind of like just circle around before it picks its next target. Next up on our list is Rongal.
All right. Seeing this giant tentacle, I mean, and seeing Aelith not being able to do much against it, I'm gonna just see if I can figure out what this thing even is. I'm not using the esoteric because I believe that's just. I know it's the creatures in general, so maybe if I can use it, but if you want me to use like nature or something, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Welcome to Earth, Rongal.
Yeah.
Welcome
18
to
is a
the
failure.
land.
All right.
Is
Unfortunately,
this something I could try to succeed with a hero point?
yeah. You could potentially if you had a hero point.
Yeah, I will try with a hero point.
Sure, not a problem. Jinx point. No, it's fine.
Same roll, so never mind.
All right. Very well. Yep. No idea. Giant, many-limbed thing.
Okay. Shit. You know what? I am going to, with my second action, see if there's a gap in the. Because it's just the one tentacle, right? Or does it look like there's more than just one? Like around.
You've seen one so far.
Okay. I guess with that, I'm just gonna look for an opening. See if we can't get the boat past the tentacle without it attacking us.
Yeah, it's easy. You're still heading in the right direction.
Okay. Okay, never mind. With the second and so with my second and third action, can I make a ready to action to throw the chakram when a tentacle comes near to try and like redirect the tentacle?
Sure, not a problem.
All right, that's what I will do with my 2 actions.
All right. As you ready your action to throw it at the defense of your team should it come down, we then go to Bilrotar.
Okay. So not accustomed to seafaring combat, most likely, because why would it be?
Mm-hmm.
They'll just at this point thinks be great if you had some fried squid. So he's going to attempt, and I appreciate it's probably going to work. to do the blasting beams to effectively fry or at least char it.
Ooh,
The
okay.
tentacle.
Yeah, yep. All right. As you blast at it, the slimy, sticky, sort of mucousy membrane that's around it seems to curve your blast around and safely away.
Yep, and for the last action, seeing how easily this thing picked people up,
Mm-hmm.
Bella's going to grab onto the railing to try and secure himself to the ship.
Okay. You secure yourself to the ship. You gonna kind of like lash yourself down, or are you just gonna like kind of like just grab onto something?
Effectively, just grab the railing.
All right.
So
At this point in time, the wind begins to pick up. An icy chill suddenly blasts the ship, almost like a huge like hurricane wind. As this happens, you hear Captain Swabby say, "Arr! Here she come! Brace yourselves!" I need everyone except for Bilrata to make a reflex save.
Oh.
No shit. Well,
Oh, sorry. Actually,
22.
before you roll it, 22 is
Oop.
fine.
okay.
Oh, natural 20.
Ooh.
Aelith doesn't even need to brace themselves. Just freaking on point.
Am I rolling for just the puppet or also the Eidolon at the moment?
Just the puppet. The Eidolon's still grappled, so he's,
Yeah.
up there.
Watch out.
All right. Very nice. I think everyone passed.
Yeah.
All right. The wind
Yay.
buffets you, but it is still incredibly cold. So cold, in fact, the water that is splashed up onto the deck starts to freeze from the front backwards as it's just sort of caking the surface with this frozen, like almost sleet sheet of ice. We head to the next round, and the tentacle lands on the deck with a heavy thump and begins to lift the boat out of the water.
Do I get my ready to action?
Yes, you do.
I was going to say,
Okay.
did we do anything for Lashara? She's at the end of the combat
Oh, is
tracker.
it? Oh, sorry. My apologies. I did not even realize.
Oh.
Lashara, let's give.
Okay,
how about we
go
give you a
first.
turn?
Yeah.
Sorry, I saw Viv, but I didn't see Lashara. Lashara, have a turn, my dear. I'm so sorry.
At the very end, but that's okay. Because Lishara was going to run to the edge and look over to see if she can see what's down there before she casts command.
You're looking down, you don't see much other than this amalgam of rubbery, tentacly, massive sort of things. Just a massive
Okay,
wiggliness.
she's gross. She's going to throw command down at that thing. Like, wow. And see if she can command it to release.
All right, give it a go.
All right, let's see how this goes. Kraken, where are you? Hold on, one second. Where are you? There you are. Okay, I can drop it on there. Boop. Ah, come on, Fantasy Grounds. So mean to us today.
Oh my god.
I mean,
Oh.
to be fair, this isn't entirely Fantasy Grounds' fault. All right. As you attempt to
Oh.
conjure and cast your spell, the mind of this great and powerful beast is so alien, so complex, that it pulls you away with a single thought as you are, again, lifted just out of the water. And we're back at the top of initiative.
Yes.
You are now technically flying. You watch as Ostra just kind of like, well, wiggles this.
So-
That's that's just great.
I wasn't able to do my ready to action to try and hit the tentacle away.
You may.
Okay, sorry. Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Dang it!
Your
That's fine.
tentacle bounces off the back of the creature, or the back of the tentacle.
Okay. I returns my hand. Dang it, this thing is so big. Ugh. Alright. And now we're flying.
All right. Top of the round. That is what the creature does. Which then brings us to Viv.
Alrighty. How far are we from the banks of the lake?
15 foot down, 10 foot across on either side.
Just gonna look at everyone. We probably won't be able to stay on this ship for very long. Do we want to get off?
Yes! We have to jump.
Where is Ushar exactly right now? Like in the air?
We're all in the air.
Yeah, everyone's in the air.
Boats lifted
Oh,
up.
because the
We're on
boat's
the- we're
been
on the
lifted.
ship.
Okay,
Yeah.
the ship's been lifted. We kind of need this ship.
We can get another one!
It's fine.
Jump!
Do you still have your grappling hook, Rongul?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. What kind of grappling
You
hook
want
is
me
it?
to
Like, is it punctures that you'll be
It's
able
a-
to actually use?
It's a combat grapple, so it's like it does have the prong that like it shoots in and then spreads out, like Michael was saying from last week. So it actually sticks in and won't move, and then I can just press something to release it to come back to me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. But
I'm
it's
going
a 20-foot shoot, but if I use it for attacking, it's 10 feet.
Alright. Then the first thing I'm gonna do is look up at my headline. Just de-summon them so they aren't just kind of just there, that poor thing. And I'm trying to figure out how many actions that would take. Dismiss would be one action. Got it. So I'm gonna use my first action to dismiss.
Mm-hmm.
And then just trying to essentially get everybody amped up to jump whenever it's time is going to. Let's see, how would I word this? Oh no, that wouldn't help. It's basically just gonna try to get ready I guess aid everybody to get off of this ship however they can. Either figuring out, like, trying to seek a spot that Rongul can shoot at that could actually feasibly get a good hold on the shore.
Okay.
How far is the shore away?
15 foot down, 10 foot across.
Oh, okay. See, I could shoot the shore, I guess.
Okay, so the aim is to shoot the shore.
Shoot
Yeah,
it.
and then it could pull us up, I guess,
Shoot
to
that
it.
shore.
Okay. All right. After Viv, who is bracing to assist, we go to Aleph.
Oh, she just doesn't know what to do, so she's gonna attempt to shoot at the tentacle again.
If you don't know what to do, you can always gather information with a nature check, potentially.
Oh, okay.
You are, of
Well,
course,
let me
a
s-
expert in natural things, such as this.
Okay. Sure. I'll do a nature check. And see what this thing is. Maybe. Come on, nature.
Okay. With a nature check, your heart somewhat sinks. Because there's only one thing in the ocean or any kind of aquatic area that is, well, quite frankly, this large. But you have only ever heard tale of it being in the deep sea. Though that being said, this is probably deep enough to maybe constitute the deep sea. This is a kraken. Not a baby kraken. Not a not an adolescent kraken, but a full-blooded, bona fide, 100% ship-wrecking, freaking Nemo fighting, monstrous kraken.
Okay. Don't suppose we can talk to it. Okay, hey there, Kraken.
Well, I mean, you haven't tried, but you know.
We need to get off this boat.
What do you communicate to the others apart from we need to get off the boat?
I let them know that what this is, and we are not going to be able to fight it. That we have to get away from this. But we have to also figure out how we can save Viv.
Well, the Eidolon's
No,
bit. It was
Viv's-
the Eidolon
yeah.
up there.
Oh, it
And
was
that's
the
been-
idol.
I just missed the
Yeah.
Eidolon,
They
so I
just-
lost
yeah.
the area.
Oh,
So now we're
okay,
all on the
sorry.
boat now, yeah.
Viv got swapped for the Eidolon.
Okay.
So we can
Sorry.
just hop off. Yeah.
No worries,
Okay.
no worries.
We need to go, and we need to go now. And so, Aelith did you already shoot your grapple?
No, I was waiting until we all jumped in, or either we all jumped at the same time, grabbing onto me, and then I could maybe pull us in.
Okay.
But I'll be doing that on my turn,
Um,
which is nice. So
Okay. Yeah, she'll prepare then and wait for the others and jump in with them.
Okay. You prepare to leap into the leap off the boat and onto the land. Okay, done and done. Rongol.
yep, I will swap out my chakram for my combat grapple as one action.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will use the get ready to leap off and use the combat grapple when Lushara's turn ends, because I'm gonna wait for Lushara.
Okay, not a problem.
Because she's the end of the round, so
Sure, easy done. Okay, next up is Bilrata.
So you said 15 down and then a 10-foot swim to the shore, correct?
Yeah, 10 foot out, 15 foot down. Yeah, so yeah, effectively as you say.
So seeing Rongo about to do this and thinking that's a lot of weight for one tiny little bit of rope to be swinging across. But knowing the fact that the order has been basically to abandon ship, Bill will hop over the edge to jump down into the water, effectively diving down,
Mm-hmm.
and then swim the 10 feet to shore.
All right, so you're trying to leap off the boat?
Yep.
All right, not a problem. As you leap off the boat, make me a reflex save.
Well, of course.
What do we get?
A 16.
Well, that's sadly not enough. As you attempt to leap off the boat, your body does not agree with you, as your leap is interrupted by the tentacle, by a second tentacle that reaches up and sort of prevents you from having leapt over the edge.
so like shoves him back onto the boat.
Yes.
Oh god.
So is it actively grabbing me at this point?
No. It's just sort of forced you back. It's like created a wall, as it were.
Kind of like it sounds like it uppercutted you back onto the ship.
Mm-hmm.
All
Well,
right.
if that was one action, it wouldn't stop Bill. He'd try again. To be fair.
All right. That would cost one action. Yeah, you can go try again. As you do so, make another reflex save. How'd we go?
For a 20.
20.
20. A 20 is sadly also not enough to conquer. As a second arm, or third arm technically, leaps into position.
Holy crap. We're gonna die here, guys.
You have one more action.
Well, I mean, from Bill's mind, trying to swing as one big group is probably not the ideal one for a tether point. So yeah, he'd just keep trying to charge. I mean, if he's focusing all these arms on him trying to get off, it might also be a distraction for everyone else at this point.
True. Not wrong there.
So yeah, so third attempt for 25.
A 25 is just enough
Damn.
as you pull yourself over the edge and you begin to descend into the water. Now, the fall initially is going to deal 15 points of damage. As you land with a very...
I thought we ignored the first 5 feet.
Oh, sorry, 10 foot. So 10 damage. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is why I was double checking the height.
Yeah. No worries. No, you had that right. So 10 points of damage.
Mm-hmm. Which I've applied.
Brilliant.
And Bill's out of turns.
Yes.
actions.
I need you to make an athletics check to see if you are swimming or if you have
Sunk.
failed and sunk. Yes.
31.
Oh yeah, you can swim pretty well. All right. At this point, we then go to Lashara.
Okay. All right, we've been told to abandon ship. She really does not want to lose this ship because this is the only way to get out to a bigger ship. But since, well, it won't hurt to try. She's going to just on the off chance that this critter understands Sylvan, say, hey, can you put our ship down? She doesn't know what else to do.
All right. Well, let's go with the idea that you wish to talk to it. What languages does Lushara speak?
Lushara can speak Common, Elven, Fey, Gnomish, and Sylvan.
Okay. Why was Sylvan your first choice?
I think I was just associating that with like animals for some reason.
It has nothing to do with animals.
All right, I must be thinking of something else then.
Isn't Sylvan the Fey language?
I mean, magical beasts, for example, may.
Yeah.
Right, that's why I think I was hoping because I was like, well, maybe maybe it
this
has
thing is
enough
magic.
magic to understand Sylvan. She would assume that it wouldn't speak Elvish or Fey or Gnomish because she like, why would it know those languages? That was her only attempt. See if she could talk to this thing.
I mean, it's kind of the same thing with Sylvan, though. I mean, like in terms of
Yeah.
What it speaks and stuff.
Very slim chance. You figure, just in case.
Yeah. Okay. Not a problem. It sadly does not speak Sylvan. You can try other languages if you would like.
She will cycle through each one she knows, just to say, like, hello there. Like, hey,
All right.
1 second.
Eventually, when you get
Start saying hello in
to
every language.
common,
Like, it's common.
eventually when you get to common,
She was trying all the other ones first.
there is a response. The tentacles don't stop. They, how can I put it? You don't speak these languages. All right. It tries to sign a language to you. Make an intelligence check.
Right. That's going to be, there it is. Intelligence. Okay, so it should be, it should be plus, it should be 14, but I doubt that's enough. Because I have the +1.
Sadly, no.
She's just kind of looking at it like, It's doing something different.
It is doing something different. Yes.
And she'll just be like, do you mind releasing us so we can, sail out?
It continues to try to communicate, but to eventually no avail. As it begins to move outwards, all right.
Lushar, are you ready?
Yep, Lushar, you ready?
Oh, yes. Yeah. She just like remembers, oh yes, we have a plan, and then she'll go over to Rongol.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were doing stuff.
And then Rongol, with everybody ready and grabbing on, will jump in and shoot the grapple to the shore.
All right.
And we hit the water. Oh, actually, you said it was 15 down. So as a part of a activation for the trigger is falling, I activate on my implement hand with a jade cat. It is a talisman that I can make. The trigger, it's a command. The trigger is you fall or attempt an acrobatics check to balance. And it says thumb-sized feline carved in rare stone. Worn as a pendant upon a suit of armor. For 1 minute after you activate the cat, you treat all falls as 20 feet shorter.
Okay.
You're not flat-footed when you balance, and narrow surfaces and uneven ground are not difficult terrain to you.
Nice. Very nice.
Yes.
Okay.
So jump in and...
so you won't take any fall damage?
Yep.
Everyone else will take 10 points of damage as you hit the water.
No.
I have catfall.
Uh-huh.
Being trained, I can treat falls as 10 feet shorter than what they are.
Ooh, very nice. I love that. Okay.
Nice. I get hurt.
And Viv too? Or... Okay.
All right.
And then, yeah, I just retract us towards the shore with the grapple. If it can allow us to be pulled like that.
Well, unfortunately, you are not grabbing onto each other, as you all have fallen at various different speeds.
Oh, I thought they were grabbing onto me.
They were, until the point in which you started floating and they didn't.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Notice how your spell and ability only targets one individual?
Oh, no, it just treats it as 20 feet less. I don't think I fall any speed difference.
What's it called?
It's called Jade Cat. Here, I'll drop it.
You mean like Catfall? Yeah, you mean like Catfall. Yeah, yep.
It's not a spell, it's a talisman.
You're not flat-footed.
That's very much all you, though, it says.
Yeah, it
You
is
do
you.
this.
You're the one who...
okay.
Yeah. All right.
Gotcha.
So, as this happens, unfortunately for you guys...
Ditch breaks our boat.
We all have to make
no.
a reflex check.
You are attacked from underneath the water.
Ah.
Not by the creature.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! It's a hermit crab.
But a giant crab now begins to make its way towards you. As what seems to happen here is a monstrous battle. The giant kraken, the reason it's only been using only a handful of tendrils is because the other tendrils are being used to keep this creature at a distance. Several of its large appendages are pushing back against it while it clips and claws and scratches to get forward. You notice that this particular crab is wearing the wreckages of several ships as sort of a makeshift shell, whereas the large beast has pretty much one hand on your ship, and the others are kind of like, again, trying to occupy it. All right, at this point, we are out of initiative. Let's decide what we're doing. Meanwhile, on top of the boat, just kind of looking down at everyone who's jumped off, Ostra sort of... Yep. And then Captain Swabby is like, they've all abandoned ship. Mutiny aboard my vessel, and I'll have none of it. Helmsman, keep our steady course. Somehow finds a beer.
Wood logger.
I'm just getting a mental image of this Kraken is effectively playing keep away with the ship. It's like, no, you don't get to play with this toy.
That's basically it. As the crab is trying to push past you, what are the 5 of you in the water doing?
Swimming.
Bill's plan was to
Very
swim to shore.
sad.
Oh,
So
that's what the tentacle was trying to tell me.
Yeah, she's like,
Luchar's like, we need to get back on the
And
ship.
you know what the really funny thing is you remember how we were, because the theme of today's game has been the difference between mechanic and roleplay. The interesting bit about that is this has been the span of 12 seconds of the creature appearing. So in 12 seconds you have abandoned ship after 6 seconds of attempting to defend yourself, which is why Ostra is on the deck going. Because, I mean, if you count out 12 seconds, that's not a lot of time. And in the span of 12 seconds, everyone freaked the fuck out and leapt from the ship.
I know.
To be
Luchar's
fair,
like,
as soon
"I
as someone
really
says
need to
it's a
just stop
Kraken and we're up in the
listening."
air, what would be the logical course? Get off the bloody ship.
I mean, I'm up in the air. I guess.
Especially
I'm
with the shoreline just there.
I'm not faulting the logic here, okay? I'm not, you know. But generally, there are lots of things that I would question, you know. Chief among it, why it hasn't killed anyone. And why it lifted us up into the air instead of dragging us into the water. I mean,
Yeah,
those are my primary things.
Luchar heard abandoned ship and was like, I guess that's what
That
we're
was
doing.
fair.
But now
No.
she's
This
really
is
questioning.
perfectly fine
choices
logic, by the
again.
way. And this isn't a criticism on the decisions my players are making. It's just humorous when you also consider it's 12
Yeah.
seconds. You know, there's a lot of stuff happening. Okay, so water wise. Wait, did I didn't hear Viv? Did Viv jump?
Yeah, I think she said she was grabbing onto me or something.
No,
Yep.
Viv wasn't gonna jump yet.
No,
because
Viv hasn't
they were
jumped.
gonna
So Viv,
resummon-
Oh,
yeah, so
They were
Viv.
gonna resummon their Eidolon that has the glider form, so they could just glide down.
I do remember. So
Ah.
Viv,
yeah,
Viv,
the
you're,
glider
I didn't think
yeah.
everybody was jumping at once. I thought that.
No, it's fine.
That's not what I meant.
No, so Viv is fine. So Viv is up there beside Captain Swabby, who has now promoted you. You're now the first bosun, right? There's no second, but you're now officially, your title is the first bosun.
God.
Because
I expected them all to jump at once. I thought that it was gonna be like a coordinated thing.
I
I
thought
didn't
it
think
was too. That's why I
There's
was waiting
nothing
until after the shark.
coordinated about any of you. Yeah, you just hear from behind. There's nothing coordinated about any of you.
Luchar is just like, oh, you just see this like little light bulb, and she's like, oh, that's what it was saying. We gotta get back on the ship.
What? Why?
All right, Lashara says we should get back on the ship.
God damn.
Help us. And she's gonna try to just grab onto the nearest tentacle she can find.
Please help as you wiggle the tentacle. As you wiggle the tentacle, like I said, many of them are used for fighting, so it is going to attempt to try and lift you, but slowly. every limb that it's taking away from the fight, it's, you know, obviously losing a bit of ground.
Yeah.
Viv and the people on board the ship, is there anything you would like to do to try and help those in the water?
There has to be rope on the boat somewhere.
Yeah,
There's plenty of
I
rope.
guess I'm gonna be looking around. It's just trying to
Oh my gosh.
not just throw the rope, but tie a bit of a knot so they can actually like hold on to
Oh
something.
no! He ties you tie the knot, and your captain looks to you, and he looks at you. Says, Viv, look at me.
Hi. Yeah, hi.
Trust me when I say this. Everything I know about sailing can be used to help your friends. Okay? Tie that rope around you, give the other end to me, and go get them. Bring our people back, Viv. You hear me? You hear me now?
Just looks at their tiny fingerless hands.
Just bring the rope to them. That's all you need to do.
I can do, but I
Just
can do
imagining
what
sack,
just give
right?
them. Wait, I just need to give them the rope.
Little big.
No. You need to go down and make sure they're coordinated. You yourself. Just, don't worry.
My knee.
Because no one else is the bosun.
I can just give them the rope.
You gotta command their respect. You do it with your own two fluff hands, and they'll respect you forever. Or are you going to let a little girl do all of your work for you? He says, pointing to the Eidolon, who is not there.
That's me.
Who is not there?
I do not understand what happens. I do not understand what that thing is. All I know is that you have the makings of greatness in you, boy. Or girl, or whatever you identify as. He gives you the rope. Says, trust me. Do you trust your captain?
Do I trust my captain? Can I do a
I
sense
don't know.
motive?
he seems pretty confident, but I feel like he's going to be that confident regardless.
No matter what.
Yeah. I mean,
Can I do something instead?
I mean, he technically took over the boat with 2 splinters, so I mean...
I mean, that's a fair point.
Can you do something else? I mean, again, you can.
I have the spell Thoughtful Gift, which still lets me teleport something into somebody's hand. I could just teleport one end of the rope into one of y'all's hands.
Does it teleport one end of something, or it's one something?
That's what I'm trying to figure out how it's
It'll be
reading.
one something.
That's fair, that's
You're
fair.
going to teleport the whole rope. And then we're going to be like,
Okay!
All right, you tie it around your waist.
Yep.
You leap.
Are you sure that I think it's more I turn around, I ask, are you sure this is the best idea? And then just one of the many arms just whacks me off the side of the ship.
Yeah,
No,
you've
she
got it in
jumps
your
off
hands.
the ship and
It's
the
supposed to
wind
be
just goes-
supposed to be like a pat on the back, but he just like
blows her in the wind.
knocks
You
you
can
off.
do this, Viv. Oh shit.
All right, as you go down, all right, Rongel, Aelith, and Bilratar, you see Viv sort of bobbing up and down in the water because of the buoyancy of the fluff. Before it soaks too much water in, gives you a very, very clear point to swim to. Will the 3 of you like to attempt to swim to your life
Yes.
buoy? Yep.
Yes.
Athletics checks from the 3 of you.
Oh.
Yeah,
perfect.
I got a success, which turns into a critical success. Because I have athletic might.
Excellent. All right, you all make your way towards Viv, except for Lashara, who's being lifted by one of the tentacles. As this happens, you have no idea how you're going to get them back onto the ship. That is, of course, until the moment they all grab onto you and the rope, that all 4 of you start lifting.
Ah,
As the capstan just turns
it
and
just
rotates.
turns.
Because it's literally...
like winding you up.
It's literally what the fucking thing is built for. And
Yep.
it pulls the lot of you
Yes,
with
yes.
no trouble at all back onto the
Yep.
ship.
So what you're basically saying is the 4 of us are the anchor that were pulling everyone down.
Yeah.
I had to say it.
Could you imagine if this instance, this thing that was happening here, was planned from the moment I introduced Swabby, that I was gonna plan, they're gonna jump overboard, and then Swabby's gonna do this thing. It was all that, it wasn't, but I'm really happy that it did. But yes, you are all pulled on board the ship, and the crab is able to be held off by the kraken, who pulls you past the breach of the bay, which actually you go by really quickly until you actually end up at, because he moves pretty quick. The crab stops for a bit, and after 2 hours of being sort of airlifted, should I say, to Winter Breath Island, or Akban Island, which is a Fey island, mind you. This is where you will be put down.
Hey, you say.
Yeah, so it's a couple hours. So, you know, he is keeping you safe from the bay. Now, you can kind of see underneath where the tentacle is, the icy wind is still blowing, and you could see just shards of ice just keep pouring off. He is actually holding you above the squall that is hitting, that would otherwise have hit the ship. You can probably tell at this point in time that if the squall was hitting your ship, it probably would not only freeze you all to death if you didn't have any protection against the cold, but also probably rip your ship into pieces. Now, Mats didn't know about this. This is not a journey that Mats has taken. But the Hobgoblin will convey pretty much like, you know, the creature probably did help us out quite a bit. If not for the crab, then the weather itself, this would not have been as easy a trip if not for that.
You Kraken. I'm sorry.
Lushara's
we got
gonna
you through
pet
to kill
the
us.
is gonna pat the tentacle that she can reach and just be like, "Thank you."
As you show some gratitude and you are let down, the water begins to bubble and churn. As it does so, you watch as a figure steps out from the water. Not a kraken, but a anthropomorphized squid. The lower half of which is still kind of covered in these very long tentacled appendages, 10 of them to be exact. But the upper body, that of a humanoid creature that seems to wear armor, almost like a very patterned armor made of ice. As it looks to you, it seems to look at Lashara. And in that moment, there is a flash of recognition. You don't know why, Lashara, but you know this person. Quite deeply, almost intimately. You know her name to be Orianne. But we will find out more about that
Ooh.
when we return. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming and joining us. Thank you to, of course, our incredibly generous donators for today. I hope you enjoyed Captain Swabby and, of course, the love, what's it called? The lovely Kraken encounter filled with affection for one of our players. Poor thing got attacked for all of its efforts. By the way, in future, if I roll a 3 and land a critical hit, generally speaking,
Don't fight.
don't fight it. Even if you have nothing to do, nothing is better than trying to fight it. But yes, no, this was a CR18. A Kraken is a CR18. It's not for you people. But it was there to help you guys out and to have a very lovely, peaceful encounter. Once it proved itself to you guys through saving you guys from the giant crab encounter, which I actually did have planned. But more on that next time. Again, congratulations to my wonderful players. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself and had a great time. Thank you to my wonderful audience members. We are running a little bit over time, so I'm just going to give you guys a very quick and fond farewell. We will be back in 7.5 hours for Curse of the Crimson Throne, so be sure to stay tuned for that. That'll be another amazing adventure as our heroes wrap up the third and final installment of a battle with the dragon that the group is facing before they then head to the Temple of Asmodeus to deal with 7 very particular problems that are lined up to face them on their journey to depose the evil despot queen. Yeah, there's that. But guys, my name's Michael. I'm the Dad of the Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. You can find it here a number of times during the week. We'll see you soon. But until we meet again, as always, stay safe, stay kind, be wonderful to each other because, you know, it's Mother's Day and mums deserve it as well. So, you know, happy Mother's Day to everyone who, whether or not you have kids or if you have fur babies, whether you have adopted children or whether you've simply raised people who are siblings to you, whatever definition we have for those people who care for us and show us that level of love, happy Mother's Day. And until we meet again, game hard or die trying. Mwah! Goodbye! Farewell, farewell!
Bye, everyone.